What up, what up? Stay Stowe G. Back with another topic, back with another video. So the title of this video is going to be YouTube is the new real estate. I know it's a weird title, weird weird subject, but we're going to talk about it. So admin notes, thanks again to all the subscribers that have subscribed to my channel. I endeavor to keep pushing videos out to give you leverage to better yourselves. So I'm at another Civil War battleground here. I want to say it's called, actually let me go over here and make sure I actually state the actual name of this particular site here. First I've been to this one. It is called Slaughter Pen Farm. So it is a 1 3/4 of a mile walking tour. Just Google Slaughter Pen Farm, and you'll be able to read exactly what happened at this war site. But as of right now, this particular site is more like a farming site than anything. And of course, as you can see, it goes for miles and miles and miles back here. Very open. And it snowed a couple days ago, but it's been so freaking cold over here, the snow didn't melt. So that's why it looks like this. But anyways, just giving y'all a little scenic drop right quick. I'm gonna be pretty busy today, so I wanted to go ahead and knock this video out pretty real quick, because this was on my mind yesterday. And this happens in other industries, but I think this is going to happen a lot more on YouTube as time goes on, and I'm gonna explain to you exactly why I believe this. So what I mean by YouTube channels is the new real estate. So I'm gonna give a quick example of how this actually applies and what actually happened in real life here. And actually, this was actually based on an Instagram channel, not YouTube. So a couple years ago, during the pandemic, one of my cousins that lives in New York, he started playing for Norfolk State basketball. If anybody knows about Norfolk State basketball, since 2020, they've been on a tear. I mean, just going to, I think they've gone to March Madness, I want to say at least 4 out of the last 5 years. And before then, their basketball squad was, I don't want to say they were trash, but they weren't as good as they are right now. And my cousin from New York, one of my younger cousins, he was a part of that particular team. And me and my oldest son that just turned 21, we went down there to Norfolk during the pandemic, actually in 2020, when he first got to the school, to see him, see how he was doing. And during the time, my oldest son actually had a Musical.ly account, which now is called TikTok. And nobody doesn't know that. So TikTok used to be called Musical.ly, and that particular platform was used by young kids and teenagers to do dance videos. A lot of young folks actually became famous doing those dance videos on Musical.ly. And my oldest son was one of those kids. At one point, he had got his Musical.ly account up to 15,000 subscribers or followers. And when my cousin realized this, he actually asked my son, could he buy his account. And I asked my cousin, I was like, why you want to buy my son's account? He's like, because he already has a following. He already has himself established. So I'll just change the content a little bit. He already has the followers. So I'll just put my own content up there. Instead of me trying to build up followers, he already has one. I'll just pay him the money, and then I take his account, and then I just go ahead and just build my my brand and my following up from that point, because he already has 15,000 followers. My oldest son didn't want to do it because he was getting, he really liked that channel. I don't know if you could really call TikTok a channel. It's really more of a social media platform or account, right? But anyways, that really opened my mind to like a lot of things when it comes to, folks actually buying channels and buying just anything, to include real estate, right? So that's why I'm saying that it's new real estate, because folks do this stuff all the time. They buy real estate and they sell it for profit. You got some business models out there where folks will literally create a business with the intention of always selling it, right? So let's say that you wind up creating a, let's say a lawn business, right? and you scale that lawn business. But in your mind, you always know in the back of your mind that once you get this lawn business to a certain scale, you don't want it anymore. You just want to sell it, because what happens is you have a lot of folks out there that, you know, they have enough money to where they don't want to necessarily do the work. They just want to buy a business and actually receive income from buying the business. A lot of folks do this, man. You know what I'm saying? It is extremely hard to scale a business, extremely hard. So you got a lot of folks that, you know, they're in a space where they have a lot of money and they want to own a business, but they don't want to create the business. So they just search around and they'll just okay, this business may be failing or whatever. This business is scaling, but maybe they need some more funding for the scale. So they go to that person that owns the business and they're like, you know what? If you want to keep the business, that's fine. But I can either buy the business from you or we be partners, and maybe I'm 50% owner of the business, so I'm helping you out. So there's a lot of folks out there that own businesses or whatever that don't necessarily want to keep the business. So they look for folks to buy the business from them. And I think, honestly, that's what's going to happen with YouTube. I think that eventually, within the next 20 years, I think there's going to be a systematic system where folks are going to actually buy YouTube channels. I believe this. I totally believe this, man. Because the thing is that, you know, just like my cousin was trying to buy that Musical.ly account for my older son, you know, just imagine you having enough money to buy a YouTube channel for somebody. Folks that are actually brand on YouTube right now. Just imagine if you had like, you know, 10K, 20K, 30K just laying around that you really didn't need. I don't want to say not really need, but I mean, but like you had that much money to where like you could spare buying something and it didn't affect your bottom line. And you literally went to somebody that had, let's say they had 50,000 subscribers. And you told that person, you know what, I want to buy your channel. I'll give you I'll give you 30 grand for your channel. And let's say they already are making ad revenue. They're actually making income, and they're monetized already on that channel, right? So with them having 50,000 subscribers and they already have, you know, a proven concept when it comes to their channel, it makes sense for somebody to go and buy their channel, because, you know, if the person that owns the channel doesn't want to do this stuff anymore, then, you know, leaving off of YouTube, they're able to make a profit from somebody that is willing to buy their channel. So I'm not saying for folks to create a YouTube channel just to sell it. I'm just saying, like, you know, I think that as YouTube grows, I think this is going to be a situation to where a channel is literally going to be almost similar to real estate. This is an asset. My channel right now is considered an asset. I promise you it is, because it makes money. And the more I scale this YouTube channel, the more income I'm going to receive, and the more of an asset it's going to be for me. Which means, in my opinion, I think it's going to be time for me to start actually scaling this channel more and also creating other channels. Because, you know, I think folks that decide not to try to scale the YouTube channel is going to miss out, man. I really believe that. I really, truly believe that. YouTube is an asset. It can be an asset for you. I promise you it can. And the longer you stay up here on YouTube and the more growth you receive, the more of an asset it becomes. It's no different than real estate, man. You know what I'm saying? My home right now is worth a little bit over 200 grand more than what I bought it for. It is considered an asset right now. I know a lot of folks that in the money space would say that, you know, a house is not necessarily an asset. Well, to me personally, if I'm able to sell a house and gain a profit, it's an asset. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a draining asset, I would say, because, you know, I put a lot of money into my house to keep it up. But, you know, if I really wanted to make money, I could just go ahead and cash out on my house and leave with the profit, and then put that to another house or to another asset, and then keep scaling that, right? So, you know, I truly believe that YouTube channels are assets. I believe that YouTube channels are going to be looked at as real estate at some point, if not already. And, you know, I think folks that actually have channels right now, it doesn't matter if you have 10,000 subscribers right now or 10 subscribers right now. Stay up here on YouTube and keep pushing. Because I'm telling you, YouTube is an asset. YouTube's not going nowhere, man. When you think of how many people that watch YouTube in general, it doesn't matter what kind of channel you have. Just imagine how many folks watch YouTube. My daughter, my 8-year-old daughter, she don't watch TV. She watches YouTube all the time. That's all she watches, YouTube. Most kids these days don't watch TV. They watch YouTube. I myself, I don't necessarily watch TV all the time anymore. I watch YouTube. A lot of folks right now that's watching this video right now, what are you doing? You're watching YouTube. The content creators that I know up here personally, what do y'all watch? YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You know, so the more people watch, the more of an asset YouTube becomes, which means that channels are going to become real estate. I know it's a weird topic, but I'm telling you right now, if you got a YouTube channel right now and you got it to scale to where like you're actually able to make money from it, keep it and keep scaling and make multiple YouTube channels. I'm telling you right now, YouTube is going to be the next normal TV. I'm telling you, stay up here on YouTube, man. Keep pushing, because I'm telling you, it's going to be a huge asset for a lot of folks in the future. I promise you it will. So I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Now catch y'all in the next video. Say so G. Signing out. I'm gone.